having fun with your girl. Said I'm feeling great, feeling great. Said a dark at night while the street lamps are blowing. Get it back on die. Oh, I said my radio, I love my radio. I said life without music. I can't cope, I can't cope. Life without music, yeah. I said life without music. I can't cope, I can't cope. Life without music. Listen. Up comes this guy with his flashy car. Needed my help, said he lost his way. Yeah. No, this guy jumped on me, messed up my clothes. Oh, smashed and grabbed my radio, calling all detectives. There's a criminal at large who's smoking a big fat cigar in a flashy car. Oh, they think they superstar. Oh, I said life without music. That whole song is about like somebody going through something that they didn't deserve. It's about somebody just minding their business, listening to music, and then somebody comes up acting like they needed something, and then they take their radio. And a lot of people are that person. They're wondering, why is this always happening to me? So that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about negativity and how negativity always seems to happen to us. Why does negativity always seem to happen? I was just minding my business, listening to my radio. And then some guy just came up. He said, hey, I need some help. Hey, can you help me get where I'm trying to go? And next thing you know, this guy beat me up, take my radio. I'm calling everything. I'm calling the cops. I'm calling everybody because this person needs to be brought to justice. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like in our life, when these kinds of things happen to us, we think, oh, why did this happen to me? And that's what we're talking about today. Why does it seem like bad things are always happening to you? Why do you get picked on? Why is everybody always picking on you? And the truth is, bad things would never happen to you if you weren't meant for greatness. I'm going to say it again. Bad things would never happen to you if you weren't meant for greatness. You would just be passed off if greatness was not in your destiny. Nobody would care to mess with you because you would just be somebody in the way. You know what I'm saying? You have to go out of your way to try to find people who are on a trajectory that you don't even know is possible for your life in order for you to say, I want to get in this person's way because I see something, I see a spark in them. And you are that person that somebody's saying, I see something in them and I can't put my finger on it, but I need to get closer to it. If I need to destroy them, if I need to hurt them, I'm gonna get closer just so I can find out if what they're doing is something that I should be doing, if I should start hating on this person. And that's letting you know that you are on a path of greatness. Okay? And a lot of these people, they act like that because they have this mentality of lack. They don't think that it's possible for you to be as great as you are when they are not living the life authentically that they want to live. They say, how's this person doing what I want to be doing if I can't do it? How is this person able to be great when I'm struggling? Or how is this person who I grew up with, or somebody I know from down the street, somebody who I work with, why is it possible that they seem like they're abundant when we get paid the same amount? I went to the same school as them. I grew up with them. How is it possible that this person, you talking about Kenny? You mean Kenny, the one who couldn't get a girlfriend until he was in 14th grade? He was in college before he found somebody. But it's letting you know they see something in you. They see a piece of greatness. And they're wondering, how is it possible that this person can do it? And I am struggling so much. A lot of times when you find these people, it's because it is teaching you to be resilient. Because when you're on your path, when you're trying to help all these people, you can't help them if you haven't built any, hello, how you doing? Thank you for following. I appreciate y'all. A lot of times you can't help these people if you don't have any battle scars. Have you ever had somebody who was trying to teach you something, like you get into a new job and then the person tries to tell you something and they don't really know what they're talking about? And you're like, hey, I can't even listen to you. You're going to get both of us fired. Me trying to listen to what you're talking about. Have you ever tried to call like customer service and the customer service couldn't even help you because the customer service didn't even know the problem? They didn't know the product enough. You say, let me get to a manager because you're not able to help me. So when you're going through these negative things, when you're having all these horrible things happening to you, yeah, I can see your comment. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate all the love. Thank you guys for coming in here. When you're seeing all these negative things happening, it's because they're saying, this person needs to be more resilient. God is speaking into your life. Love you too. Thank you for being here. God is speaking into your life and telling you, you know what? I have something great planned for you. And the people who you're going to be talking to are so broken and so battled down to where they don't know how to get to that next stage. And the only way they're going to get to that next stage is if somebody like you goes through this. My boyfriend has a wife and kids in the next town, and his wife doesn't know that he's by help. Hey, when you have situations like that, the best thing for you to do is try to inspire that person to do what he knows he needs to do, what you know he needs to do. And that's be honest. Because holding on to these things, it's not going to help him be happy. It's not going to help you be happy. All it's going to do is ruin your relationship because you're trying to worry about somebody else who's only worried about lying to everybody around him. So why would you help somebody in a lie? That's what we're talking about. How do you help people be authentically themselves when they don't even know how to do it? You see what I'm saying? Be watchful, stand firm in faith, act like men, be strong, let all that you do be done in love. Exactly. You are understanding. That's Corinthians 16. When you're acting from a state of love, when you're going out of your way, thank you for being here. I'm so appreciative for you guys to be here. Thank you so much. When you're acting from that state, it allows other people to be authentically themselves. Have y'all ever seen Mr. Carter? He said our greatest fear is that we are more powerful than we can ever imagine. And by us subconsciously allowing our light to shine, we let other people shine their light. Shine that light. This little light of mine, I'm going to shine it. And it's going to hurt people. It's going to show people in the corners who are doing things they have no business doing. And when that happens, you know what it's your job to do? Shine, shine, shine it. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to shine that light. It's hard to do it consistently. You know what I'm saying? Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not onto your own understanding. Y'all already understand. Guess who's back? What's up, Eric? Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, y'all. It means the world to me that y'all are here. Thank y'all so much. If you're ashamed, you shouldn't be doing it. Hey, that's the truth. A lot of times it's so hard for people to just be authentically themselves. Thank you so much, Eric, for being here. Sometimes it's so hard for us to just get out of our own way and for us to allow ourselves to just shine authentically. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to go out of your way to be the thorn that nobody wants to see. You see what I'm saying? You have to go out of your way to allow yourself to walk into that promise. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who are going to be upset. There's a lot of people who are going to be dismayed when they're watching you live this authentic life. And they're saying, how is it possible that this person is doing it? And it's because they're coming from a lack mentality. Okay, you're doing something in another town because you don't want to tell anybody, and you're trying to make everybody else keep up this Fugazi mindset because you're scared of just being who you really are. But once you step into that, it's possible that you can be helping other people. Imagine that, not being selfish and actually be a blessing for somebody. Go out of your way to lie to people when you could ultimately be helping those people that you're lying to. And this is your family. Just be open with yourself. Allow yourself to be authentically you, because when you're holding up all these facades, it's impossible for you to be the person that you need to be. It's impossible for you to shine in your light. You're completely dimming in your light. You're steadily trying to put out the wick in your candle. Okay? Shine that light, y'all. So when you're seeing things like that happen, just know you're trying to be taught how to be resilient. You have to be more resilient in order to help the people who have really gone through things that you can't even imagine, the things that you don't know how to help people through. You have to go through the negativity. And when you go through that, it helps you. Okay? These people are going to have the battle scars, and those battle scars are going to be all over the people in your tribe. Okay? So you need to have battle scars to say, you know what? I know how to heal that. I know how to fix that. I have a salve that you can put on that and it's going to heal that right up. Don't even worry about it. Oh, I know somebody who does great massages. They can get that out of there. You'll be fine. Okay? So don't be scared about people not liking it, people being nervous about it, people not liking the way that you talk or the way that you move. It's because you have the experience to back up what you're saying. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Okay? Negativity finds you to test you, to see if you are really, truly locked into what you want, what you say that you want. A lot of times we will ask for things just like kids. You remember when you were a kid, you asked for all these Barbie dolls and stuff for Christmas. You asked for this toy. You asked for all these things. And the truth is, you completely forget about the things that you asked. What's my favorite song? I don't know. That's a hard one, man. I love so much music. It's not even fair. But I think it might change every week. But when you're asking for things, you're consistently reminding yourself, oh, I want, I want, I want. The truth is, how many times did you have a birthday present or a Christmas party where you got the toy that you wanted and then you don't even remember the last time you played with it? You don't know where you put it. You don't remember when y'all got rid of it. You just know that you got it and you were so happy about getting it that all that other stuff didn't even matter. We're so quick to ask for, oh, I want to have a huge house and I want to have all these friends and I want to have all this money. But ask yourself, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to be a blessing to somebody else with that big house? How are you going to help somebody else with all your friends? How are you going to help somebody with all that money? It is important for you to understand, I need to find a way to be a blessing to somebody else. My daughter's living her life. She's doing her thing. She's just playing. But it's important for you to consistently say, I know because I lived it. It's a hard thing to say, but it's one of those things that once you start figuring out how to live like that, it allows you to be a blessing for other people. It allows you to go out of your way to show people how to live and how to vicariously be themselves without worrying about doing things for other people's benefit, just so other people are smiling, just so other people are happy. It's hard. It's difficult. It's not always easy being the person who everybody's looking at saying, how do I do it? But in order to be the blessing that you want to be, or the person that you're meant to be by the universe, you're going to have to go through these negative things. Okay. So when they're happening and it's testing your resolve for if you really want it, you can't be mad. All you have to say is, you know what? I understand. Okay. And if these small trials and tribulations that you're going through, if somebody cutting you off or somebody at your job being a jerk is really that big of a deal, you were never meant to get it. I'm gonna say it again. If the things that are getting in your path and messing with you are that big of a deal and they're stopping you from wanting to do it, you were never meant to do it. Okay. You have to understand that if you're going to go through anything, it is going to test you. It's going to test you more than anything you've ever wanted, because that's what you asked for. You didn't ask for yourself to get this and expect that nothing bad was going to happen. Expect that you weren't going to have to do more in order to help other people. That's the whole reason you're in this situation, is to help somebody else. It's not easy to help them, but that's what you have to do. Why you don't have admins in the live? I do sort of need an admin, but I just have never done that. But I guess I do need to do it. It would be nice. I have had admins in the past, but I just haven't had one lately because people haven't been talking crazy. So it hasn't been necessary. But a lot of times when people talk crazy like that, it's just like when negative things happen. I allow it to happen. I sort of like it when people show me the energy because a lot of times you'll have bad energy that comes up and it'll let you know you're on your right path. So I just let it come. I just let it pass right through. And I don't even stress myself about it. I say, okay, well, this is just what's going down today. People feeling some kind of way. That's fine. I love that you're even speaking. The fact that you're speaking lets me know that something that I'm doing is correct. Something that I'm doing is causing you to say, you know what, this guy is doing something and I want to be a part of it. Hey, it's fine. I don't mind. But negativity reminds you that you are on your journey. Okay? When that negativity happens, you are supposed to know you are meant to be on this journey. The journey is not supposed to be easy, but you're meant to be there. Okay? Because you asked for this journey. You asked for greatness. And I know you didn't think the greatness was going to come without you going somewhere or going through something. You have to go through this negativity. You have to understand that this journey is meant to make you the person that you wanted to be. You wanted to tear down the fabric of who you used to be because you didn't like it. You didn't like being there. You didn't like the lackluster life. You didn't like that. So you wanted to be more abundant. In order to be more abundant, it is forcing you to go through this journey. This journey is meant to change who you are, how you think, how you see the world, how people view you. Once you're done with this journey, nobody will ever see you the same. That's why when you go home, you start talking to people, they're like, man, you sure have changed. Why you say that? I never imagined you saying nothing like that. You never used to talk like that. It's because you're on your journey. And this journey is a metamorphosis. You're turning into a butterfly. You've come out the cocoon and you're already on your journey. You're doing your thing. And one of the most beautiful things is when you come out of that cocoon, because nobody wants to talk about being in the cocoon, but the cocoon is where all the transformation happens. That's when you change your mind and say, I can do this. I can change. Okay? That's when you come up with the idea, oh, I want to go on a journey. So once you go on that journey, do not be surprised when you come into something negative, okay? And then you have to ask yourself when you're going through those negative things, have you manifested this? Is part of you going through the negativity because you always thought that there would be negativity on your journey? You always just expected that things wouldn't go your way. You expected that people would cut you off in traffic, that you would have a coworker who was doing you dirty, that you would be done wrong by a lover. You expected these things because that's what you saw on TV. I had one girl, I remember in college, there was this girl who I was talking to, and I was trying to figure out if I really liked her. I was a freshman and she was a senior. And I said to her, I was like, what do you think love is? And she was a super sweet girl. But I remember she said, I don't know. I guess what I see in the movies. And I laughed, I laughed, I laughed. I laughed so much and so long about it. I told my brother about it. And my brother, we laughed about it for so long. We were like, oh my God, love is what you see in the movies. And the longer I thought about it and the longer we talked about it, the more we realized most people's idea of love is what we see in the movies, what we see on TV. Because unless you're reading frequently, that is where we're getting most of our ideas of love. And so what you take in is going to have a serious impact on what you're putting out. So if you're consistently watching Love and Hip Hop and you're thinking, oh, well, maybe people are just meant to cheat, don't be surprised when you get cheated on. You see what I'm saying? It's just one of those things that's bound to happen. One time you saw something I wanted to, so I brought it and it was like I couldn't be present. Huh? I was like, this couldn't be a present. I think I know what you're talking about. Sometimes you get things. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you wanted it for yourself and then you ended up having to give it away. Yeah, sometimes we see things and we think that we want them until we get it. Have you ever dated somebody who you just swore this was going to be the person for you, and then once you started dating them, you're like, this is not what I want? Sometimes it just does not work like that. Sometimes even, buying a car. I wanted a Mercedes so bad, and then once I got one, I was like, it could be better. It happens, and it's our job to make sure that when we're manifesting, we're protecting our mind's eye from what we're manifesting. Because a lot of times we will manifest negative things that we never wanted to. Okay. How can you focus on manifesting abundance? If we're so quick to manifest negativity, how do you consistently manifest abundance? Well, first you have to stop focusing on the negativity. Stop focusing on the bad things, because our brain is a computer. It's a supercomputer, actually. And the truth is, I'm going to tell you something and see if you can not do what I say do. Imagine a monkey. Try not to imagine a monkey now. Imagine a monkey that's opening a banana and throwing the banana at the screen of a cell phone. It's hard not to imagine it. What your mind hears and what your mind is focused on, it's almost impossible for us to get it out of our mind's eye. Okay? So it's your job to allow yourself to realize you have built up this idea in your head into a reality. You know how powerful that is? The fact that you can manifest something into an actual reality and then it become a nightmare. Do you remember when you're a little kid and you start watching scary movies and then it's time for you to go to bed and you're terrified? You can't even, you wanted to watch this scary movie. You wanted to see Chucky. You wanted to see the Tooth Fairy. You wanted to watch all these crazy movies. And as soon as those lights go out, you're like, what was I thinking? What was I doing? Everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for seeing this. Please like, share, subscribe, you guys. But you're always thinking, what was I thinking to say I wanted to watch that scary movie sitting in the dark, looking at all the corners, looking at anything you see, a doll, any clothes on the floor, you're swearing something's moving. But it's something that you saw in your mind's eyes. Oh, this is going to be a great movie. You watched it and now it is haunting you. It's hunting everything that you're doing. And so that should tell you right there the power of manifestation. You have to focus on what the universe is trying to show you through the negativity. Because the universe is showing you something. It's showing you, like today, okay? When I was doing my first talk, there was a guy who walked up randomly. I'm sitting there trying to get all my stuff out of my bag, getting ready for this conversation. And then this guy walks up. And the guy, he's just walking and he's just like sort of wobbling, like the way he's walking. It's not right. It's like there's a bike path and then he's walking in the grass and then sort of stumbling on the bike path and then walking back on the grass and just looking sort of like, it's just weird the way he was moving. And I was like, what is going on over here? And he's steadily walking towards me, looking at me the whole time, just getting closer, just moving weird. And I'm like, what is going on, man? And so the guy, he walks away, he goes behind this little tree, and it was dark enough at the time that I could barely even see behind the tree. Okay. So I waited like a minute, and then I go to where I could see behind the tree, and I see that he's still standing there. When I see him, I say, hey, what you doing over there? He tried to act like he didn't hear me. I said, hey, what are you doing over there? And then he was like, oh, nothing. I was just looking at something over there. I'm the only thing over there, so you got to be looking at me. What's going on? And I could tell in that moment that he was something that was trying to knock me off of the positive thing that I was going to do. I was trying to make a conversation to inspire people. And something came in my path to say, don't do this. Okay? And it's because if I would have allowed myself to manifest on that, if I would have allowed the universe's test to get in my way, then I wouldn't have been able to help anybody. Did you ever happen where you were like, you were going to tell somebody something, but when you enter the room, you just forgot What were you going to say? Hey, that happens to me all the time. I feel like I'm always like my mind is moving so fast sometimes to where I'm just thinking about, oh, I'm just going to do this. And then on the way, I'm going to grab this and do this. And sometimes I just completely forget and I just start staring at the ceiling. And I'm like, I forgot what it is. And as soon as you walk out of the room, you remember what it was. Or like 3 days later, once the person is gone, you're like, oh, I remember now. It happens. But it's important for us to understand that when that negativity is happening, it's always for a reason. So we don't need to focus on the negativity. We need to focus on the lesson. Okay. Sometimes you might get like when you're doing something, you might get something stolen from you. And normally that can teach you how to be more careful. Okay. Sometimes somebody can break your heart and it'll teach you how to be more resilient. Sometimes you can lose a fight and it'll teach you how to prepare better for a fight. It'll teach you how to shut your mouth sometimes and not fight. Or sometimes you'll win a fight and it'll teach you, I didn't need to hurt that person like that. I should have just let it go because I did way more damage than I wanted to do. And now I feel bad for even allowing myself to get there because I cannot take back what I've already done. So you have to protect your energy. And the only way you can protect your energy is by understanding that you have a superpower. Your superpower is manifesting. You're manifesting all these things in your life and other people's life. And it's your job to make sure when you're manifesting, it's positive things. I just got a drop from this Flexing Ninja. He from Tennessee. Hey, you have to be careful out here. You never know what people are doing. You never know if they're prepared. You never know what their journey is. Maybe the greatest moment of their life is just knocking you a couple pedestals down. Maybe the greatest moment of their life was just getting you off of your path. Oh yeah, I used to know this guy. He thought he was real good. There's people like that, like they'll talk all their life about the one time that they ran over a running back who made it to the NFL and then made it into the Hall of Fame. They'll talk all their life about, oh yeah, one time I played a battle of the bands against Leonard Skinner and AC/DC and we won. Okay, but who won in the end? Some people, their greatest prize is knocking you down a little bit so that they can feel great. Okay, so you have to protect your heart. You have to protect your manifestations. You have to protect your mind and your mind's eye. Because there's so many people who see that positivity. They see the abundance in you and they're saying, how do I get some of that? See what I'm saying? So y'all have to make sure that when you're manifesting, you're not allowing that negativity that you see in the world to be the only thing that you're focusing on. Because when you focus on it, you manifest more of it. Okay? So try to manifest what the lessons are that you've learned through the negativity, as opposed to allowing the negativity to be the thing that you are manifesting. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's difficult, but it's something that you have to work on. Okay? You have to multiply. And you have to make sure that you are putting all of your energy in creating positivity. Because when you start creating that positivity and focusing on positivity and expecting positivity, like we're talking about, you're able to see those things in your life. And when you start focusing on that, I encourage everybody to start a journal. If you're going through consistently seeing negativity, if you watch this video, all four of y'all who are on here right now, I just encourage you, don't even do a journal, man. Just for yourself, just send a text to you or to Google and just say to yourself one thing that you're positive about a day. And I would dare you to say 5 things. Okay? If you're feeling good about yourself, do 5 things. Say one thing at least. And if you start saying one thing, you'll be amazed at how that one thing will start being the major thing that you're looking forward to every day. It'll start being to where I'm trying to find the 5 things. I'm trying to get to where are these positive things happening in my life. I'm not focusing on negative things. I'm focusing on, you know what? I had all green lights. Sometimes you get all green lights and you just know somebody's smiling on you. You know, you say, oh, okay, something positive happened at work where something that I just did that was a mundane thing because I have OCD turned out to be something that somebody who's a superior was looking at and saying, oh my God, this is great. Sometimes me being OCD at my job, just overbuilding something, my client will be like, oh my God, this is exactly what I wanted. And that is a blessing because you are naturally tuning yourself in with the frequency of being great. Like y'all hear this note? It's a frequency. The frequencies are easy to tune into. And once you tune into those things, it is easy for you to harmonize with that frequency. Now, if you're off tune with that frequency, it's not going to happen. But look, these are both the same note. Both of those notes are the same frequency. They sound different, but both of them give the same feel. Both of them give the same energy. They resonate the same amount of waves per second. And so when you're allowing yourself to negatively vibrate, you cannot possibly vibrate correctly with positivity. Every time it's going to go off. But when you start seeing positivity, looking for positivity, focusing on positivity, allowing the negative to be something to where you use it to say, what did I learn out of this? I got a flat tire. What did I learn? Keep a spare. I got a flat tire. What did I learn? Let me make sure that all my tires are checked before I go on trips. If you drop your money, you learn maybe my wallet isn't sufficient wallet. Maybe I shouldn't keep my money where I used to keep my money. If you have a bad friend who does you dirty, maybe you learn from the situation, not that you have bad friends, but maybe you should be more careful about the people you spend your time with. Maybe you should be more careful with the people who you share your information with. If you're poorly using your money or sending money to people and then you miss out on something because you get scammed, maybe you shouldn't focus on the fact that you got scammed. You should focus on the fact that you are too trusting to people who are negative, who are trying to do ill will. And so maybe you need to have more faith and confidence in who you are and what you know. Okay, so when these negative things happen, it is your job to allow them to hit you. You absorb that energy, but then you transmute it. Okay, that's the next level. When you can take negative energy and transmute it into something positive, you learn a new superpower. You become a different version of yourself that other people don't know how to do. And when you start doing that, more people are going to start hating on you. But you know what? There's going to be even more people who are inspired by you because you're able to do something that they wish they could do. All right. So when you're going through these things, you have to first realize that you are going through these things because you are meant for greatness. Okay. Negativity doesn't happen to mundane people. Okay. That's why you're watching this video, because you are meant for greatness. All right. And then when negativity finds you, it is just a test to see how resilient you are. Thank you guys for being here. Please like and share. Well, you don't have to share it, but like, comment, and if you want me to reach back out to you, comment on another one of my videos so that I can actually see who you are, because a lot of times my comments don't pull over to the next video. So just comment on another video that's already posted. But make sure that when negativity finds you, you realize that it is just a test to see if you really are on that path that you said that you wanted to be on. All right, y'all have to make sure that when negativity finds you, it is just a reminder that you are on the journey that you asked to be on. And it's not always fun being on those journeys, but it's part of the story. And that story is what's going to help you have those battle wounds to where you can be a blessing to somebody else. All right. So don't be scared of that. Be inspired by that. Be inspired by the fact that you were picked to be a blessing to somebody else. Okay. And you have to also be sure that when this negativity finds you, that you are using it to manifest abundance. Do not manifest more negativity when the negativity finds you. You have to transmute it and create something. It's like alchemy, turning non-precious metals into gold. You have to turn something that was meant for your destruction into something for a blessing. Okay? So I hope that today was a help for you guys. I hope that it was inspirational for you guys. Like I said, I'm going to keep on going live. Eric, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your comments. We are creating a Christmas song for Eric because he asked, and so he's going to get one. Now, the Christmas song may be done by this Christmas. It might be done by next Christmas. But regardless, we're going to get it for you. Bye, Eric. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all the support and all the love. And we are also going to be putting out another song this year before the year ends. Be safe, brother. And I hope you guys stay tuned. Please like and subscribe so that we can stay in touch. And I will make sure. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you for being here. Please make sure that you like one of my other posts, at least so I can find you, and then follow you as well. I like to follow the people who show love. It's really important to me. But thank you for being here. I don't want to say your name wrong, but I appreciate you for being here. I've noticed that you've commented a couple times. Thank you so much. But thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the time that you've spent being here. And I hope that you understand when that negativity is happening, it's just letting you know that you're great. Negativity doesn't find the mundane people. It only finds the great ones. Keep being great. Don't allow your light to be dimmed. Shine that light, baby. Shine it. Shine, shine, shine. Y'all have a great one, man. Be safe. I will be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow, and I might do 2 a days just to give you guys a little bit more inspiration during these times. I know that Christmas time can be difficult for a lot of people. So just trying to inspire you guys as you're going to this next year. We need more people who are willing to transmute negativity into positivity. We need more people who are on their goal, more people who are on their journey and doing the right thing, because there's too many people out here who just love knocking people off of their journey, trying to destroy people's will and trying to tear people down. So keep doing what you're doing. Stay motivated. Stay positive, okay? Start writing down things that you're positive for, and start being positive about the little things. Start being inspired by the little things, and don't let the minute negativities or the huge negativities knock you off your journey. Just know, if you could survive that, you can survive anything. Okay? Some people say, "Oh my God, I got in a car accident and my car is totaled." But you lived. You're fine. You are indestructible. Because this was meant to make you a better leader, to give you something like a war wound so that other people could see you and say, wow, if they can do it, I can do it. Y'all be safe. Let's pray before we go real quick. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for everybody who is here. Please help us to be a blessing to those people around us. Please help us to consistently shine our light, not allow those people who have negativity in their hearts to come into us and to knock us off of our journey, off of our goals. Please help us to consistently be authentic to who we are, authentic to the people that we want to be, and stop allowing negative things to make us think about negativity. Allow us to take that negativity, transmute it to be beautiful, into art, into power, into willpower. Thank you for all the blessings that you give us. Thank you for the power that you put into us. Help us to do your will. In your name we pray. Amun. Y'all be safe. Stay out of trouble. And be a blessing to people around you who deserve it. Stop giving blessings out to people who just want them just to have them. All right? Y'all be careful. Love y'all. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Please like and share, subscribe.